Last night, I was sitting on the couch scrolling through Instagram on my phone, and my algorithm showed me a video that I had never seen before. It was from a creator I'd never heard of before, and it genuinely made me cry. I want to show you this video. Take a look, and we'll talk about it after you watch it.
I'm going to see how many people I can say. Hope you have a happy new year too. Hey, excuse me.
You're right there, mate.
I just like to help my stammer by talking to people.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say hi.
Hi.
And
Hello, mate.
Are you practicing? You talking? You're doing really well.
Yeah, take
Well
your time,
done.
Matt.
Take your time.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was just going to ask if you all had a nice Christmas.
We did.
Yeah, we did, thank
Yeah.
you.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Thank you. Yeah.
You're doing amazing. Just relax.
I just want to say my name's Sam as well.
Hi, Sam.
Hi,
Nice
I'm
to meet
Tom.
you. I'm Caroline.
Yeah, nice to meet you all.
I'm Eve.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. You're doing
I just like to
amazing.
say thank you for talking to me, and I hope you all have.
You're gonna make me cry.
Hope you all have a happy new year as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
So that video had me in tears on a Friday night at 9 o'clock. Why was I so emotional after seeing this guy, really put himself out there and push himself in terms of his communication? And I think it just really inspired me. It inspired me in that a lot of people are afraid to do what he did. They're afraid to put themselves out there. They're afraid to be uncomfortable. They're afraid to try something different and get better at communication. And so after I watched that video and, I wiped the tears away from my eyes, I've come up with about 4 different takeaways of why Sam is so inspirational in what he's doing with his content, and also four simple ways that you could improve your communication. These are not easy things to do, but they are simple. And it's 4 ways that you and I can get better at communication and learn from Sam. The first takeaway is that Sam brings clarity to his conversations. In this clip, he says right at the beginning, hey, I'm practicing my conversations. I'm practicing with my stammer or stutter, however you want to say it. But right at the beginning, he's offering clarity to the person he's talking to, just random people on the street. He's also providing context for those conversations. Think about if somebody came up to you, your best friend came up to you, y'all are having a laugh, you're joking around, having a good time, and then just out of nowhere says, oh, by the way, your dog just died. There's no context for that. There's no clarity for that statement to be made while you're just goofing off having a good time. It is jarring for people to have conversations without knowing where it's going at the beginning. So what Sam has done is that he says, the reason I'm talking to you, complete stranger on the street, is I'm trying to practice my stammering. And it's really short. He just gives 1 sentence for people, and that's enough for somebody on the street. Now, whether you're trying to have a conversation with a total stranger like Sam is doing, or it's someone you've known for a really long time, a family member, a friend, offering that clarity at the beginning of the conversation can be really important. It can help establish the tone of the conversation. It can give people, insight as to like where things are going. If you have to have a hard conversation with somebody, you need to offer some clarity at the beginning, sit them down, give them some context as far as like why you're talking to them about a really serious thing. Another takeaway from this video and another piece of advice that I would give to just anybody wanting to get better at conversations is to ask good questions. Sam does this really simply. All he says is, did you have a good year? Or how was your New Year's? Did you have a good Christmas? Very basic questions for these, spontaneous talks that he's having with people on the street. You and I can apply this in any conversation. Asking a good question is what keeps the conversation alive. It's what keeps the dialogue going. For me, I've had many scenarios, in particular with guys, conversations with guys that the person I'm talking to does not want to be asked questions. I think it's a guy thing. For some reason, a lot of guys don't like questions. They don't like asking them or being asked them. My upbringing and my family dynamic growing up is we were very interested in each other's lives. And so I grew up in an environment where asking questions was normal, it was encouraged. I understand that that's not true for everybody, though. And maybe that's true for you. Maybe you don't like asking questions or being asked questions. You may think it's too pushy, or you're trying to, like, I don't know, work some angle in the conversation. I want to help debunk that theory. Questions are an amazing way to actually drive the conversation and also get to know somebody. How else would I be married to my wife if I didn't ask her questions about who she is, what she enjoys? That relationship is not going to exist without questions. I've had a few scenarios in my life where guys have had to tell me to my face, why are you asking so many questions? And I kind of took it personally in the beginning because that's just who I am. I enjoy learning about people and wondering how they're doing and checking up on my friends. That's just something that has always been a part of my life. I do understand that social awareness is a thing, and so asking questions over and over or prying into people's lives when maybe the context of the conversation is not suited to that. So there is a balance here with asking questions. I do want to challenge you, though, that if you do not typically ask questions of your friends, of your family, of your coworkers, maybe this is a good opportunity for you to grow in this area and to learn about the people that you actually spend time with. Questions actually really go hand in hand with clarity too, because if you're confused about something or you want more information or you want to go deeper in a conversation, the best way to do that is by simply asking a good question. The third takeaway from Sam's videos is that he has an incredible amount of patience. When you watch these clips and you see his stammering and his stuttering, like really going into full force, where he's like, you can see his neck, the physical appearance of his stammer is kind of like taking over his body. In those moments, you see the level of patience that he has to have in order to even have these conversations. And I can only imagine how difficult that is to have a stammer or a stutter that is so overwhelming that it just takes over your neck and your face and your physical form when you're talking to somebody. The amount of patience that he has to have for himself and the grace and the love he has to give himself in order to put himself in these situations. Another thing to note, the people he's talking to on the street are also giving him the space that he needs and giving him the patience that he needs to, in order to actually say anything. I think a lot of times what happens is we do not give people enough space to make a statement, ask a question, give an opinion. Everybody is so quick to cut each other off, to talk over each other, to be so loud in the conversation that we never actually give patience or grace to each other when we're talking to each other. If all you ever do is talk over your friend, or your friend is so loud and they're getting in your face trying to stop you from giving your thoughts on something, that's not a real conversation. That's just a shouting match. Are you starting to notice these things stacking together? When you stack patience after you ask a good question that brings clarity to the conversation, you've now combined all three of those things into a really valuable talk with somebody. The fourth takeaway I have from watching Sam in these videos, and this may be the most inspirational part for me, and I think it explains why I cried so much last night when I found these videos. Sam is bringing so much courage to these moments. People are so afraid to put themselves out there. They may have a speech disorder like Sam. They may have a physical disorder. They may have a mental disorder. Whatever it is, people are so afraid to put themselves on the line. They're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of backlash. They're afraid of being made fun of. Sam is so inspiring in these videos because of the courage that he has. Sam is aware that he has a really bad stammer, and he's not letting that stop him from meeting somebody new. from having a conversation that will inevitably make him a better person, a better communicator. He's not shying away from that. So I think the biggest takeaway from all of this is that you need to bring a level of courage to the conversations that you're having. It could be a job interview. It could be a tough conversation with a spouse. It could be a family member who maybe you need to pump the brakes and create some space with. These are all challenges that we have to face as human beings. And with conversations and being a good communicator, you could actually have an impact in those moments. I'm just so inspired by Sam and what he's doing with his videos. If you want to go check him out, he has an account on Instagram. He's gone viral on TikTok for these types of videos. So I just want to say thank you to Sam if you ever see this video. Truly inspirational. And I hope we can all take away something to be better communicators, to be better human beings from what Sam is creating. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I make videos talking about communication and business and content creation every single week. My name is Harrison. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.